Today is the feast day of Saint Mary Magdalene, and one thing that I think from the readings and from her life that is beautiful is the intensity of love that she had for Jesus. And we see that prefigured or spoken of in a beautiful way in the Song of Songs in our first reading. It says, "Hardly had I left him, when I found him whom my soul loves. I held him and would not let go, until I had brought him to my mother's house, to the chamber of her who conceived me." So there's this image of, in the Song of Songs, between two man and a woman who deeply love each other on a human level. And that's the intensity of love that they have for each other is kind of a description, if we read the Song of Songs in a kind of allegorical way, of the intensity of God's love for us and the return of love that we hope to give to God. So we see that too in Mary Magdalene in the gospel, where she's at the resurrection and she says, "They have taken my Lord and I don't know where they laid him." That she is crying over the loss, or what she thought was the loss, of her Lord. She doesn't just say the Lord, but in this case she says my Lord. This personal relationship with Jesus, an intense love. And then when she finally recognizes Jesus, that he's not the gardener, but he's actually the risen Lord, she embraces him. And then Jesus says something that seems like it could be harsh, but maybe it isn't. So let's read. He says, "Stop holding on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brothers and tell them, I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." And so Jesus is, in reality, in this statement, is not saying, "Get away from me, Mary." He's really, in fact, saying that he's expressing an even deeper and intense love by not allowing Mary to hold on to her. And why do I say that? Well, in the reality, when Jesus says this, it's actually that when he ascends to the Father, he prepares the way for us to follow after him. Not only that, but when he ascends to the Father, he allows us to become sons and daughters of his Father by baptism, and allows us to become temples of the Holy Spirit, and allows us to receive the sacraments, that we would receive his love in an even more intense way, an even more intimate way than we ever could have if he would have just remained here in his historical body. And so today we have this beautiful gift to know that not only did Mary Magdalene love Jesus intensely, but he actually loves her with even more intensity. And as followers of Jesus even today, that we have the same opportunity to receive that intense love in the sacraments, to cling to Jesus, but not simply cling, but actually in the sacraments, especially the Eucharist, to allow Jesus to live within us, a whole nother level of intensity of love. And so what will our response be? Will it be like the love of Mary Magdalene, who threw herself in the arms of Jesus, who clung to him, who was faithful to the end and standing by the cross when Jesus was dying? May it be so.